All right, folks, now I want to bring on a special guest speaker. This gentleman I'm going to introduce with you, Pedro Hernández. He's one of the most well-known folks, not only in Puerto Rico, but throughout Latin America. He, at one time in his career, as a young man, had built one of the largest Amway organizations in the history of Amway. Hundreds of thousands of people. He had events that 20 to 30,000 people would come to these events. And then recently here in the 21st century, he became one of the top internet marketers, video specialists, and had a big company there, one of the top experts in the world actually on the internet. And he joined Unicity here in September, and we're very grateful and blessed and proud to him with his experience. And he built this three-legged example for over 10 years. And so he has so much experience here on what this creates. And September, he actually started as a franchise owner in September and flew to Korea on his own dime there to go to the global convention and see history in the making, and was able to qualify as a director. And now this month here, he's already surpassed what he did in a couple of weeks there in September. So without further ado, we're going to go down to beautiful Puerto Rico and introduce here our guest speaker to validate here what's happening, Pedro Hernández.
Good morning, Jim, and good morning, Tigre. An excellent presentation, Tigre. I'm so happy that we are working in this concept together. 20 years ago, I was taught this concept, and it really changed my life. I was 20 years old. They taught me about the concept of working 3 legs, 10 deep, 20 deep, 30 deep. I learned it when I was 18 and a half years, and like 18 months later, I was really focused on working the business in depth. I heard a tape that it was called How to Go Emerald when you are shooting for direct. It was 1989, 1990. I was so focused on working that I was one under the other, just like Tigre perfectly explained. And initially, it was a little bit frustrating. Initially, I felt that I was not growing as fast. Sometimes when you take a seed and you throw it into the earth, the plants start growing. But if you want to grow a solid tree, you have to get your seed and you have to make a hole. And the deeper the hole, the stronger this tree will be. Maybe you don't see the tree for 3 months. Maybe you don't see the tree above the earth for 4 months. But once that tree starts growing, it will be so solid, it will get huge arm trees, and then the fruit will be there forever. This is the way the structure started 20 years ago. I was blessed by this. Initially, we started a group of 5 Puerto Ricans, which became 500,000 Amway distributors during the 1990s, and it was such a blessing because after 3 years of building the business this way, I was able to live out of that business 11 years later, and in 2000, I decided to own an internet company, but I kept living out of that business and out of that debt, which today it's moving around $200 million in those 3 legs. So it was like this, a slow beginnings that start growing and growing and growing. And I am so happy that we are doing it in Unicity, because with the products we have, with the team we're getting, with the opportunities, brothers, Latin America and the world is waiting for us. But now with this structure and with, in this business, you have 2 types of distributors. The carrier of 3 types: the carrier, the quitter, and the builder. When you sponsor someone, you have 100% chance for guy to lead the business. But when you put someone under him, you have 10% chance he will stay. Another person under that, you have 20%. The deeper you go, the more percentage that the person will remain in the business. won't be able to make any money out of that leg unless he opens C and unless he opens C. So this is a solid strategy to work them. We worked this for 2 or 3 years, and out of that strategy, more than 20 diamonds in Latin America and hundreds of millions of dollars have been grown. So I am really thankful, team, that you are this to your team. I am so blessed to be part of this organization, and I am so blessed to make a decision to return to this industry with you guys. So I cannot wait to go around the world promoting this. So guys, we are going to Colombia this week. Put everyone in front of us. We're going to build this in Latin America as Latin America has never seen. God bless you. It's such a special privilege to have the opportunity to share with people and a group like our Diamonds. And Jim, thanks for your 5 days in Puerto Rico. I'm waiting for Tigre to come here and show him the trails and the beach and the pictures, and we can send you videos making fun of you being in Minnesota with Paul while we're in the best weather in the world. God bless you and have a great weekend.
Pedro, thank you so much. Pedro, wait, before you go here, just got a couple of quick questions here because I saw this in action and how you worked this last week here when we were in beautiful Puerto Rico. And, hey, Pedro, we got the chart there in front of the screen where people can see on the worksheet. You got your 3 legs. We're using Mary, Steve, and Will as an example for your 3, and then we're driving those each one of their A legs deep. And, for example, there, under Mary, where it goes 10 levels deep, in some of those scenarios there, because I was asking you questions as you were building deep and how you did it, for example, let's say Julie's on your 5th level, as you can see, and then you want to put somebody under Julie that you enrolled, and let's say that you get somebody that just joins as a franchise owner for $40 and buys 2 boxes of Slim. And so do you place even some like a wholesale customer that just orders 2 boxes on on Julie's front line there?
Yes, Jim. I really don't care. I really don't care initially because as Tigre is good, when you put fire under a person, this strategy is the best strategy to close people into the business. I would tell you, hey, Jim, this is the business I am developing, and this is the process and the structure. In the next 2 or 3 days, I'll be signing up another person, and I can put it under you. So go ahead and sign into the business. If he signs before you, I will put you under him. But if you sign before him, I will put him under you. So sometimes, so fast that sometimes they both get registered at the same time, and then we have to put one under the other. But it's working as a closed statement, so solid. And what happens? The deeper the leg, the better. And just a quick note. If you sell, let's say, 1 box of Slim or 2 boxes of Slim, instead of putting that volume in your number, go ahead and find number 10 number and put the order with that number. And then you call number 10 and you say, you feel it? Just like Tigre, I love that line. It's yours just for today. I'm stealing it. But then you say, did you feel it? And then the person, I just put an order under your name to help you. But then you call number 9 and you tell him, hey, did you saw that number 10 is going to do something points? If you move, you can go junior manager. Or you can go, if you go to 500, you can be junior manager. And then you call number 8 and you say the same. And you call number 7 and you call number 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2. And when that 100-point order gets to you, it will be 1,000 or 2,000 points in debt because 100 points in number 10 with 10 phone calls promoting them to move side volume so they can get benefit of that order becomes 1,000 to 2,000 points on top. So I don't have to pressure anyone in my business. I'll pressure myself to go as deep as possible because the deeper I get, the bigger my business and the bigger their business. So I am putting the best positive pressure on a carrier for him to become a builder. Either he likes it or not, he will build there because he will lose so much money out of the work I'm doing for both that he will not want to lose those commissions.
Pedro, awesome. So let's say for
I'm sorry, Jim. I got to scream on that one. Did Pedro just show us how to turn 100 points into 1,000 points?
2,000 points.
Oh my God.
Yeah. More, because now Pedro, let's take this one step further. You got that one or two boxes of Slim you place in level 10. Shelly's ID number there. And the key is you got to call everybody upline and let them know what's happening there. Now let me ask you this, Pedro. So would you put a manager who ordered a 1,000-point order underneath somebody who just ordered 2 boxes of Slim and put it down there on level 11, a manager?
Yes, I really don't care because I will make the commission. I will make the 30% commission, and I would not care because I will tell him, hey, there is someone above you that is doing this and is getting as manager. I would recommend you upgrade to manager so you can have more benefit. And, Jim, this is working so wonderfully that, as you tell, first month, we fight a lot to get to director. In the first 10 or 11 days of second month, director was there. Today, it's senior director today or tonight, and I believe we are finishing the month with 15,000. But you know what? The amount of work is just the same. It's just the same. It's just doing 1 or 2 or 3 presentations, putting people to the system, putting people to PGD, push and play, copy and paste, and putting them through the system and signing them where they have to be. I do not have to pressure anyone because the process is so solid that they are pressed by themselves.
Pedro, if you could just be so kind, just one more example here. Just tell us one of your legs here that you drove deep there and the type of people you put in, because, what I saw was that you would enroll somebody that maybe was just an associate, and then you put a junior manager under that person, and then you had somebody that just wanted 2 boxes of Slim, and you placed it, you ordered it in their ID number. Then you dropped a manager under them, and, tell us a little scenario of who the people were, what kind of folks, and how you drove one of your legs there more than 10 levels deep so quickly.
Yeah, and just like today, I am here seated in front of one of the most important TV producers in Puerto Rico, which happens to be, he has been nominated to win an Emmy Award this year. His name is Angel Mercado, and he is with Luis Lara, which is an administrative person in a big advertising agency in accounting, in financing. They are very professional, and we put them. We have sponsored big leaders from the industry, but we have sponsored big leaders professionally. I know them personally, sponsored by me. You know why? Because if I try to help, you cannot burn. You cannot burn with how you say? Let me. You cannot burn something with a glass through the sun if you don't focus. I don't want to have 10 problems. I'll go crazy. I'm 3 and put number 4, 5, 6 under them, 6, 7, 8 under them, and I have sponsored very, very, very professional people, one under the other, with that proposal. This is my proposal. Hey, Tigray, this is my proposal. I am showing you this business. I will work this business 10, 20, 30, 40, 15 days. If you get out the business today or tomorrow, the second person we are sponsoring is going to be under you. And I'll tell the second person the same, and the third person the same. And I will tell them, I'm not doing because I'm good, either that I am a good person. I am doing this because it's a solid strategy for both of us. I'll build 33% of your business. You like what you see, you build B and C. And it's working so that in 8 or 9 weeks, we have our 3 legs, almost 12 in depth, 11 in depth one, 9 in depth another, and 6 in depth the other one. but we're just getting started. So we're just planting. Today we're just planting the seed. So you got to be careful you don't get disappointed because you don't see big results immediately. This is planting the most solid tree that you will ever have.
That tree, that order for that tree to withstand the hurricanes, the winds, and everything, it has to have deep roots, right?
That is correct. That is correct. We did this, and it's we're doing it. This is something, this is the common denominator of the biggest distributors in the industry in planet Earth. This is nothing we are inventing today. The biggest distributors in the history of this industry have discovered, and this was the secret until Jim decided to bring this secret to our team. This was the secret in the industry, but now it's our strategy. So with the best products on the industry, and with the passion, and with the commitment, and with the spirit, and with this structure, there is no way we won't get to 500,000 distributors in the next 5 years.
So, Pedro, last question here. So once you have those three legs identified, and you're driving the A legs deep to China, and you enroll, it doesn't matter who you come across. It could be a customer, it could be an associate, junior manager, it might be a part-timer, it might be a full-timer that's really huge. You're just going to drop them down there in the next available position no matter what?
That depends. You can first geography is out. We don't care about geography. Geography is for the physical world. We have a web commerce platform to distribute products around the world, and we have a solid and unique distribution system. So geography, I really don't care. If I sponsor someone in Venezuela, it's getting under the one from Puerto Rico. If I'm sponsoring someone in Korea, it's going under the Venezuela guy. Geography, I really don't care about that. But I will choose to put the person under someone, if there is no specific reason. If he's a doctor, maybe I put doctors together. If he's a producer, maybe I can put producers together. But it's just a spiritual and it's a sense thing. But if there is nothing, I just put them on the bottom, because the situation is this, Jim. The stamina, entrepreneurial stamina of human beings, they start in the industry. It's too low. You have to put them in a place so they won't quit until their stamina grows through learning leadership. So growing the business in tech, I don't care who the person is, I'm going to put it there because when I put it there, I am helping him stay in the business for so long that his business will grow and his stamina, entrepreneurial stamina will grow, and he will get the confidence, he will get the belief that he can grow B and C. So yes, I don't care. I will put them down there and I will grow because I am building my business. If no one wants to work B and C, is their problem. And I will never work B and C for no one. I don't care who you are. I am not working your B and C. I am working in depth. If you want me to work your B and C, bring them to my meeting in depth, but I am not growing any people out of, I'm not doing BLT to no one, okay?
When I first got started in the industry and how I went from $1,000 a month mattress, in 2 years' time, Pedro, I got to $100,000 a month, number one in that company, on a 3-level payout. And what I automatically learned and what I've done over the years is that when I sponsor somebody, it's like a siren goes off in my head because I know right away that I've got to get somebody on their front line, my second level. And it's like a 24 to 48 hour window there because I want to create excitement and have things happen. So they go from a binary on 3 legs and the infinity pay now, where it's by infinity ranks, where you can get paid all the way to the bottom. As long as you're the highest rank in your organization, you get paid all the way to the bottom. The enroll-in placement now has been lifted. What an exciting announcement that is. So you can enroll to infinity as well and place them deep down there. The most important person, folks, when you have your 3 legs identified, is the bottom person. Let's say you're 5 levels deep. That's the most important person in your team. You might think it might be the full-timers or the big hitters and all of that. That's great, of course, but it's always the bottom person, because now you've got to get enrolled and sponsored on their front line, and then now level 6 becomes the most important person, whether it's a customer, associate, junior manager, like Pedro said, it doesn't matter. And then the next important person is level 7, and you just start driving that deep. And the whole key, folks, is to make those phone calls, to hear your voice and excitement, to let them know, did you hear the news? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Awesome. That's our saying. And I'm sure, Tigre, you're dying to make a couple of comments here as well, so we'll come back to you.
Jim, just in case anybody is wondering how everybody else feels about this, I'm just going to read just some of the comments that people have been making through the course of this. Yeah, it's absolutely insane the way people have been responding to this. So here's what I'm getting. I'm getting. I love this out of Columbus, Ohio. Sounds great. This rocks. Santos and Toronto. This rocks. Somebody says, "Wow, this is teamwork. It's poetry in motion, Jim." I mean, people wanted to know. Gertrude in London. This is mind blowing. So people are excited. They're saying it's incredible. I mean, just radio. I mean, even we've got some folks on the line who have been in the game for a while that are just fired up about this and want to get rocking. Some of the questions people had, Jim, was, okay, well, what if I have an existing organization and it's not built this way? No problem. Get in touch with your coach or mentor, and they will show you how to take a look at your existing business and identify whether or not you're going to go forward with the legs that you already have, or if you need to start a new 1 or 2 or 3 in order to go ahead and start doing this, okay? So definitely go ahead and counsel with your upline to do this. And I think Pedro did such an amazing job. He answered all the other questions that people were asking. People got your message this morning. I took
one thing,
3 pages of notes.
One thing also, people look at this chart here and they're thinking, oh, great, because it starts with, if you're the upline, people think, oh, is my upline going to start dropping people down my A leg and start building my team? One important note here, everybody, who is the upline? You're the upline. The upline starts with you, and you're all a leader. You don't make money really off your upline. You make money on a downline. So that's very important to realize. Take full responsibility where you are, and go for it. Unicity's doubled here in sales. We've got a global wave happening, and now that Unicity has enhanced the compensation plan where we can drive 3 legs deep to China with the Infinity ranks and the enrolling and placement now has been lifted to drive deep, then it starts with you. The best thing that anybody can do after this training presentation is go enroll somebody. Start enrolling people and then just start placing them down there. Like Pedro says, doesn't matter who it is, just start driving it deep and do the team building. How do you get the recording? By registering, making sure that you're on the PGD newsletter. That's the first place it's going to go out. And then once the recording of today's PowerPoint presentation is done, it'll be up on our training site, pgdsystem.biz, and then you can just click on the Super Saturday link and video.
Jim, you mentioned the best thing that somebody could do after this, and you're right. The best thing you guys could do is go out and start building your business. One of these sheets, put your name at the top. The world starts with you. Start building from that point down. The worst thing that you could do, and the most disrespectful thing that you could do, is call your eye and say, so when are you going to start placing people under me? All right, that's called a handout mentality. That's called being codependent versus independent. It's disrespectful to your upline because you want to remember that your upline has the right to build their business in the way that's most strategically advantageous for them. It's also disrespectful to you yourself because you're basically saying, I'm going to depend on you to drive and create my future. No, don't do that. Just review everything that comes as a gift. And one more question that was asked, Jim, was, so if you're not in the A leg, you're basically screwed. Someone already asked that question. Well, let me just help you with that, folks. No matter where you are, you're in someone's A, B, or C leg. You're always in an A position for somebody, right? So no bad position on this example. In order to keep it from being confusing, we just went down the one side just to kind of show you what it looks like. But that could be any part of that business that we zeroed in on. So, hey, folks, this is all positive. It's all exciting. You know, I love what Pedro said. The biggest fortunes in this industry have been built by people who figured this out, who built this team-building strategy and built it down to infinity, just kept driving out. And we just want to encourage you guys to do it. This is what we're going to be doing. This is what we're going to be doing with all of our new people. And Jim, I'm excited. I better stop talking. I'm giving it back to you.
What a science here. This is history in the making. Remember, Phone and sponsor starts with you. Just go out and enroll, and don't even try to figure it all out. Just start enrolling people. Identify 3 folks as quick as possible, or just sponsor 3 new people, enroll 3 new people, and drive it deep. Our next big event, everybody, is Monday Night Prime Time. Can you imagine how exciting Monday Night Prime Time is going to be at 9:20 Eastern? And we'll be hearing from people all over the world. I want to thank Pedro, our guest speaker. T. Gray, awesome job putting that PowerPoint together. Love you guys. And thanks, everybody, from dialing in from all over the world. We'll see you on Monday Night Prime Time. Our webinar and conference call now is officially over. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.